Oliver Ames High School Sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton and Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.
Good evening and welcome to the Nixon Gymnasium at Oliver Ames High School for this evening's Muscato Holiday Basketball Tournament game between Providence Classico and the Oliver Ames Tigers. Both teams have worked hard in preparation for this game. We ask all spectators to please show respect to our players, coaches, and officials throughout the events. It is now time for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the purple of Classical High School. Number 2, Abdul Evans. Number 10, Joshawn DeLawrence. Number 13, Evanson St. Frank. Number 23, Tyler Lee. And number 24, Elijah Delbray. Classical is coached by John Kavanaugh. And now for the Tigers of Oliver Ames. At forward, freshman, number 5, Sloan Alondra. At forward, junior, number 11, Jake Willard. At guard, sophomore captain, number 3, Cole Bradley. At guard, senior captain, number 2, Chris Elias. And at forward, the senior captain, number 4, Larry Triatos. Oliver Ames is coached by Oliver Bill. At this time, we ask that those who are able, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. You're watching Oliver Ames High School boys basketball on ECAT. That's Easton Community Access Television. Check out all of our live and on-demand programming at eastoncat.org. And if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just search for Easton Community Access Television. For Easton residents, you can watch live sports and other Easton Public School programming on Comcast 97 and Verizon Fios 24. Select games also on the all-new ECAT channel, Comcast 1072, or Verizon Fios 2122. Welcome to the Nixon Gym at Oliver Ames High School as we get ready for the consolation game of the Muscato tournament, where Oliver Ames Tigers are taking on the classical high school team here today. Out there on the floor for the Tigers, Soren Lalonja, Jake Willard, Ari Spiliakos, Cole Craffey, and Chris Elias. On the floor for Classical, it's looking like Abdul Evans, Joshua DeLawrence, Evan St. Frank, number 23 Tyler Lee, and Eliza Delbray, number 24. Classical gets the tip to get it going here. A little bit of ball movement, driving inside 13, kicking it out to Evans right there. It's Abdul Evans with the ball, gets picked up by Lalonga. Classical swinging it to the other side. DeLawrence driving in, now corner, back out to Evans. In, taking the mid-range. It's going to be good. Classical getting the scoring going early here, first possession of the game. This is Chris Elias with a long pass. Finds Willard, put it in the corner for Lalonja. Now we got Willard back up top for Elias. Now Craffey. Back up top to Lalonja. Elias almost loses it, regains control, puts it back for Spiliakos. Willard now, the drive inside. Tigers not really getting anything going here offensively. He's 5 on the shot clock, got to put something up. And it looks like Cole Craffey hits on the mid-range too, answers. Abdul Evans swings the pass over to Evan St. Frank. St. Frank into the corner. Finds Walker. Classical working the ball on the outside. Both teams still trying to figure each other out here. First couple possessions of the game. Evans drives inside. Swings it back out for St. Frank. Trying to do something with it. Nothing. Delbray, three-pointer, no good. Classical on the rebound. Bounce pass back inside, and Delbray puts it back up for 2. Offensive boards are the maker or breaker of any game, and there's a turnover by Craffey. He gets the ball right back. Oh my God, they're playing past each other. Craffey going back up with it for 2, no good. Rebound going to St. Frank. Now nobody back to defend. Abdul Evans was all the way back, putting up the shot. He's going to get fouled. Going to call it a block on Elias. And Evans is going to the line for 2 shots. Our first free throws of the game here, taken by Abdul Evans. Evans' first one good. Makes them both. Classical jumps out to a 4-point lead early here. Light press, and that's Abdul Evans getting his hand on the ball, knocking it out of bounds. Elias into Spiliakos. Back to Elias trying to get the ball up the court, using passing to get around the press, get the ball back. Spiliakos and Elias having trouble, a fight for the ball. Now it's in the corner for Lalonja with a 3-point shot. Bouncing around, hits top of the backboard, and out of bounds. Quickly into the point guard, Evans. Bringing it up, it gets picked up by Lalonja. Screen by Tyler Lee to his right side. Evans works that way. Now a 3-point shot coming from DeLawrence. No good. Rebound goes to Willard. Tigers moving with the speed here. Craffey. Up top to Elias. Now Willard. Picked up by Evans. Gets a screen for Spiliakos. Tigers keeping the ball on the outside. Not able to get too many drives in so far in these first couple possessions. Lalonja back out. Elias 3-pointer, no good. Rebounds going to St. Frank. St. Frank, a little bit of speed now. Bounce pass up to Lawrence. Good. Joshua DeLawrence. And Classical's playing with a little bit of speed here. LaLonja, inside pass to Craffy. Gets picked up by DeLawrence. Gets knocked away. Tigers retain possession, 28 of the shot clock. Elias into Craffy. Cole Craffy to his right side, switches back the other way, handoff pass to Elias. Elias driving in now, shoots it into the corner for LaLonja. Drives in, spin move, back, separation for Elias. Didn't want to take the shot, Elias. Spiliakos. Now Craffy. Craffy on to Lawrence. Back up, Spiliakos inside for LaLonja. Good ball movement by the Tigers. Got LaLonja open in the paint. And a nice pass from Spiliakos to feed it to him. Gives the Tigers 2 points. Evans fakes the three with a stutter step with a handoff pass now to DeLawrence. DeLawrence driving back on the other side of the court. Over to Delbury. Evans. Picked up by Elias. Now over to Delbury. In the corner, DeLawrence. Good ball movement coming by Classical. Can't really get anything inside. There's 5 on the shot clock. He's got to shoot. Over to Tyler Lee underneath. Little underhanded pass on the way up from Abdul Evans. Gets the ball over to Tyler Lee and 2 points for Classical. Almost a turnover for the Tigers, but a foul on Evans. Reaching in to try to knock the ball away there. Change for the Tigers. Daniel Casey coming in, taking out Spiliakos. Elias into Casey. Handoff back to Elias. Jake Willard now. Picked up by Delbury. Gets a screen from Casey. Casey, a little bit of size, working inside, but the ball works its way back up to Elias. Elias with a drive inside, trying to drive through. Lots of hands in there. LaLonja comes down with a rebound. He's thrown up. I think St. Frank might have got a hand on that one. Delbury's coming up the court. Delbury swinging it back out. St. Frank picked up by Willard, driving in. That's good defense by Cole Craffy right there. His hand was all over that basketball. Now he's driving up the lane. Cole Craffy all the way in, right hand, no good. Rebound, gets his own rebound, good, puts it right back up. He's getting fouled, he's going to the line, try to make a 3-point play. Foul's coming on Tyler Lee. LaLonja checks out for Jaden Graham on the Tiger side of the ball. Craffy connects on the three-pointer. 10-7 game. 3 points the difference. Evans coming up. Fakes the three. Feeds it back up to DeLawrence. DeLawrence picked up by the newly checked-in Graham. Gets a screen to the right side from Lee. DeLawrence drives through, kicks into the corner. 3-point shot coming. Delbury hits it. First 3-point make of the game from either side. Jake Willard with a nice feed inside to Graham. Casey coming with speed, put up a shot, no good. Tigers have a little bit of size out there with Graham and Casey. 3-point shot, no good. Casey, like I said, offensive rebound. Shot coming, Elias now, no good. Back rim, another offensive rebound. That's what that size does. Daniel Casey and Jaden Graham down there in the paint are going to get you those offensive boards. You get 2 or 3 attempts to get points. Really makes a difference. Delbury going to get fouled out by Casey on the way by. 2:11 to play here in this first quarter. First sub for Classical as Jordan Duke comes in for Tyler Lee. Pass goes all the way up top. Shot coming, no good, and a rebound, Casey. Joshua DeLawrence on the clock. Quickly now the Tigers get the ball to Craffy. Craffy in the lane, 2 points, good. Cole Craffy, we got a 2-point game. Under 2 to play here in the first. Abdul Evans picked up by Elias. Get over to DeLawrence, now Delbury. Back to DeLawrence, playing pass over there, under the hoop now, he's going to put it up. No good, he's getting 2 at the line though. Let's see who that one was on. Going to put it on Casey. We'll send Delbury to the line for 2 shots late here in this first quarter. First shot, no good. Delbury connects on the second one. Lead is up to 3 for Classical right now. Inbound goes to Casey. Light press by Classical. Passing up the court is Casey Elias. They get in the corner for Craffey. Takes the 3. No good. Rebound is knocked around. Jaden Graham underneath the hoop. Thrown around. Ball still loose. Willard kicks it up top to Craffey. And the Tigers get another possession. Another offensive rebound for the Tigers. Over to Casey. Picked up by St. Frank. He sends the ball up top for Elias. Back over to the side for Willard. 15 on the shot clock. Willard driving in. Gets stopped. Back up top to Casey. Casey to Elias. On St. Frank, taking the mid-range 2. It's good. Elias with a good job. Nice shooting there, mid-range. 1 point lead for Classical. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. DeLawrence over to St. Frank inside. Nobody was picking up. Duke underneath the bucket. Gets his own board. Gets it again. Puts it up. Jaden Graham's fighting for this one. He wins it out. Lack of defensive coverage there. I don't think anyone was picking up Duke underneath the bucket. He was wide open. Tigers playing for the last shot of the quarter. Elias on Duke up top. Got Willard on the right side. Craffey in the corner. Craffey breaks up top, and we're going to have a travel on Craffey. The refs are harsh on the travel calls. 8 seconds for Classical to get a shot. Into Evans. DeLawrence, three-pointer, no good. Rebound's on the floor. There's 2. Throwing up another shot. Craffey on the rebound is just going to hold it. And after 1, 14-13. We got a good one. It's a good basketball game here. Craffey and Elias, excuse me. Good offensive showing with shooting. Tigers playing the height package out there, sending out Daniel Casey and Jaden Graham. Lots of offensive boards. Really makes a difference in this one. Instead of getting 1 shot, you might get 2 or 3. The other side of the ball, Abdul Evans running point, doing good. Eliza Delbury. See if the team changes things up here for the second quarter. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Out of the break, Classical looks ready. Same 5, Duke, Evans, DeLawrence, Delbury, and St. Frank. For the Tigers, it's Elias, Jaden Graham, Cole Craffey, Soren Lalandra, and Jake Willard. Jake Willard with the ball. Tigers get the ball to start the second quarter. Willard working on Duke. Needs help. Bounce pass over to Craffey. Craffey resetting for the Tigers. Spin move, trying to get around Evans towards the bucket. Gets stopped. Has to kick it out to Graham. Graham back to Craffey in the corner. Gets the fake and then sends the pass over all the way to Willard on the other side of the court. Willard back up top. Elias inside 10 on the shot clock. Over to Craffey in the corner. Had a little bit of separation. 3-point shot, no good. Rebounds going St. Frank. St. Frank with speed, driving up. He's going to take it the other way. Nope. And we're going to get a charge. Coming on St. Frank. A turnover, maybe the turnover the Tigers need. Maybe try to take control of this game. Nick Aziev coming in. Taking out Jake Willard. I was confused. There were 6 men on the court for a second. I was trying to figure out who he took out. Press present for Classical. Tigers passing to get it up the court. They get it to Aziev. Now Lalonja in the corner. Get it to Graham. Works inside. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Duke. Duke swinging in the corner underneath to Lawrence. Putting it up. A little bit of speed to Lawrence underneath. Good job by Duke to recognize him in the corner. Crafty with the ball. He's getting trapped. Needs help from Ellie as I swing it over to Aziev. Nick Aziev. Tigers really not getting anything working, but they get it inside to Lalonga off the backboard and in. Soren Lalonga. Nice 2 points for the Tigers. Tigers need to work the ball inside. Once they do, it's good. Evans' long 2-point shot, 3-point shot, no good. Aziev coming down with the rebound. Aziev over to Crappy. Crappy driving in, spin move, putting up a shot, no good. Nicely contested by Classical. And they get the ball working the other way. St. Frank is working with it. He gets tied up, gets the ball tied up. Good defensive effort by the Tigers there. I didn't see who got their hand in on that one. Spiliako's coming back in, taking out Graham. Evans with a bounce pass inside to Duke, put it up off the backboard and good. Press is giving the Tigers a little bit of trouble. If anything, it takes a little bit of time off the clock, gives them less time to shoot. They do manage to get it up pretty cleanly every time though. But they are having trouble working things inside. Over to Aziev. Picked up by Delbury up top. Elias 3. Good. And we're going to tie a game. Here's Elias. St. Frank over to Delbury. Delbury working inside. Mid-range 2. Good. Eliza Delbury connecting on a mid-range 2. Swinging it over now. Driving inside. Elias swinging it out. Spiliakos. Craffy fakes a 3. Drives in. Aziev puts a little move, works it back up. Craffy, 3-point shot is good. Back-to-back threes falling for the Tigers. And they take a 21-20 lead, their first lead of the night. Evans. Into the corner, finds Delbury. Delby driving in, swinging back up top for Gallo, who has separations. They're going to have a charge. Excuse me, that's Gallo. Larry Gallo. And a turnover for Classical. David Rogers checks in for the Tigers, taking out Cole Crappy. Azius, Spiliakos, and Elias working hard to get it up. Aziev had a little bit of separation, works it inside for a 2. It's going to be no good, but Spiliakos with a good job getting to the rebound. Now he works back to Elias, who had a little bit of room underneath, and Elias puts up the little underhanded shot as he's falling down. Gets 2 points to the Tigers. 3 points the difference here. St. Frank with the ball. Swinging it over to Duke. Get a screen to his right side. Excuse me, that's Evans. Get a screen from Duke to his right side. Bounce pass over to St. Frank into the corner. Delby, 3-pointer, hits. And Classical answers with a 3-pointer of their own to tie things up here late in the second quarter. Aziev, Elias, and Spiliakos working to get the ball off the court. Rogers with the ball now, his first touch of the game. Ball works over to Spiliakos underneath. Loose ball, Rogers putting up a shot, no good. And Evans comes down with it. Evans quickly now getting the ball up to Delry. He gets it there, putting up a shot, gets fouled. Shot doesn't fall, he's heading to the line for 2. Foul's coming on Aziev. shot's good. And Willard comes into the game for the Tigers alongside Jacob Locke. Taking out Elias and Rogers. Both fall for Delbury. Classical takes a 2-point lead. Jacob Locke, first time coming into the game. He's a scrappy defensive player. Always giving the offense a tough time. Ball with the ball. Nice little bounce pass. Nice little point guard, too. Jake Willard, covered by Delbury very closely. Gets his hand in there, knocks the ball away. Willard needs help. Call a timeout or do something. There we go. Oliverville heard me or something, and he does call the timeout, as Willard was about to lose that basketball. 3:06 to go here in the second. 23-25 your score. So we got a good one here. All around good basketball. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers. Out for Classical, it's looking like DeLawrence comes back in alongside St. Frank. Gallo, Duke, and Delbury for the Tigers. It's Aziev, Elias Spiliakos, Jacob Locke, and Jake Willard. Elias getting the ball into Locke, who's covered closely by DeLawrence. Little overhead pass, gets it over to Locke. Now they're working up. There's 5 on the shot clock. Azies have to do something with it. Over to Locke. Locke has to shoot. Put it up. Makes it. Jacob Locke. Oh, they're going to say he didn't get the shot off. Oh, my God. It was such a beautiful play. Called off. I'll still give him the credit he deserves, even if the scoreboard doesn't show it. That was fantastic. DeLawrence, guarded by Locke now. Inside pass goes to St. Frank. Working back up top, guarded by Willard. Working the other way now into Delbury into the corner. And they get up to Gallo. Gallo over to DeLawrence. DeLawrence driving inside. A pass goes all the way up to Gallo, no good. Willard comes down with a rebound. Willard guarded closely by Duke. And he gives it to point Jake Locke. Let's get things going offensively for the Tigers. Pass over to Willard. Willard underneath, driving all the way to the bucket and good for 2. Jake Willard. 3-point lead for the Tigers. Under 2 to go here in the second quarter. St. Frank. Ball goes over to Gallo. Gallo into the corner. Delbury. Jacob Locke, like I said, he's always on that ball defensively. Getting a hand on that one and knock it away. That one, we're going to have a charge on Gallo as Spiliakos got his feet planted. Excuse me. Took the hit the floor. Tigers get the ball back. Aziev gets the ball to bring it up for the Tigers. Bounce pass inside to Spiliakos. Spiliakos guarded closely by Duke. Has to work it back up top to Willard. Willard getting a screen from Longa. And now back out to Aziev. Tigers having trouble getting things inside, but when they do, it's been good. That pass gets tipped, ends up in the hands of Duke. Now quickly up to DeLawrence. DeLawrence with a good job stopping underneath the bucket, going up off the glass for 2 points. Jacob Locke over to Aziev. Separation, three-pointer. Too much on it. So Delbury coming down with the rebound. Under a minute to go here. Classical moving with speed, maybe a little bit too much speed. That pass just over the head of St. Frank and out of bounds. Tigers slow things down here a little bit. Maybe play for the last shot of the half. Jake Willard get a screen from Spiliakos, works it back up to Malonga over to Locke. Locke's pass gets tipped by Delbury, ends up in the hands of Aziev. Jake Willard loses the ball, it's loose, still on the ground. Still a loose ball, picked up by Willard. There's 10 on the shot clock. Tigers got to do something with it. That pass going through the hands of Locke. Aziev, ball's on the ground. Putting something up here, gets denied by Lawrence. That one getting sent back by Duke, and the shot clock runs out. Back-to-back, pretty serious blocks by Classical. Denies the Tigers a shot opportunity, and the shot clock runs out. 16 seconds to play in quarter number 2. Evans back in the game for Classical. Picked up by Malonga. Over to St. Frank. St. Frank, Willard on him. Pass up to Delbury. Delbury inside, step back, three. No good. It's going to be the last shot of the half. That's the way this half ends. 28-27 the score. We had a good basketball here, back and forth. Great plays all around. Stay tuned. We'll have more coverage of the second half after this. You're watching ECAT, Easton Community Access Television.
At ECAT, we're here to keep you connected and involved in the community. On ECAT, you can explore the town with Gail Devins.
Hello, I'm Gail Devins, and welcome to our show, Discover Easton.
Tell your story with Harrison Young on Topic Time.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young on a...
Learn something new with the Ames Free Library. Relax with the Ron Van Dam Show.
Ron Van Dam Show, that's who I am. I'm Ron Van Dam. Thank you so much.
Check in on the latest in live town meetings.
2022 Select Board meeting, and Happy New Year.
Stay up to date with Oliver Ames High School news and live sports.
Tiger Talk.
Share your thoughts on the community forum.
Welcome to Community Forum.
And listen to some exciting new music. So stay connected with Easton Community Access Television. Oliver Ames High School Sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton & Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.
Easton Community Access TV, or ECAT, is pleased to announce format changes to its website, www.eastoncat.org. Our viewers will now be able to watch online 24/7, 4 channels streaming live the following program areas: public, education, and government, as well as offering high definition, or HD. Moreover, when viewers log into the website, they will be greeted by spectacular drone footage depicting beautiful, historic Easton. Furthermore, ECAT's revised content on demand provides shows, meetings, concerts, sports, and more in convenient playlists. The community calendar page gives viewers a listing of community events which ECAT is recording and live streaming for the current month. On this page, viewers can also request coverage of an event which they would like ECAT to film and broadcast. In the New to Easton section, newcomers can find a list of local resources and videos on the history of Easton and on its prestigious historical buildings, as well as tours of local businesses. ECAT has made these changes for easier navigation of its website and for better communication with its viewing audience. Thank you for watching.
Hello, everybody. You're watching Oliver Ames High School Boys Basketball on ECAT, Easton Community Access Television. Check out all of our live and on-demand programming at eastoncat.org. If you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just search for Easton Community Access Television. For Easton residents, you can watch live sports and other Easton public school programming on Comcast 97 and Verizon Fios 24 select games. Also on the all-new ECAT channel, Comcast 1072 and Verizon Fios 2122. Welcome back to the second half of action here at the Nixon Gymnasium at Oliver Ames High School. We got the Tigers taking on Classical High School in the consolation game of the Muscato tournament hosted here at Oliver Ames High School. 28-27 your score. 16 minutes to play in this one. It's been a back and forth game all game, a well-played basketball game on both sides. Tigers get the ball to start the half. Working it over to Willard in the corner. They bounce back up to Lalonja. Ball goes back to Craffy. Good ball moving by the Tigers, coming from beyond the arc, trying to get something inside. Lalonja working inside, gets denied by St. Frank, and the ball gets sent over to DeLawrence. DeLawrence now with a pass over to Duke underneath, not Duke, that's Evans. He gets the ball, travels out of bounds, and it's a turnover. It was a pretty fast break from DeLawrence after the block coming from St. Frank. Quickly now the Tigers with some ball movement, getting over to Lalonga. Now Willard on this side, slowing down. Get the ball to Elias. Craffy, brought it by Tyler Lee. Works it up top, gets the screen from Spiliakos. Gets the ball to Willard. Willard on the pass. Gets knocked away. Great shot diving for the ball. Tigers trying to get possession back. They can't. Ends up in the hands of Evans. St. Frank now at the bucket. That one gets denied. Delbury was at the bucket. I don't know if someone got their hand on that or if it just didn't go. Elias stepped out just barely. He's saying he got pushed, but he goes out. It's a turnover for the Tigers. No scoring here. First minute of play in the second half. Abdul Evans for Classical High School has the ball, working it up top to St. Frank. St. Frank's guarded closely by Jake Willard. Working to his left side, a pass over to DeLawrence. DeLawrence back over to Evans. Evans fakes the three, trying to get a little bit of separation. Can't from Craffy. Working inside now, loses the ball, ends up in the hands of Lalonja. Tigers have a fast break. Chris Elias underneath the bucket, up and good for two. Good steal and break by the Tigers. Grabs them a three-point lead with the first points here in the second quarter. DeLawrence feeding inside to St. Frank. St. Frank hands it right back to DeLawrence. Cross-court pass works its way to Evans now. Evans guarded by Lalonja. Can't get anything. Classical trying to get the ball inside. There's 10 on the shot clock. Ball's loose. Evans picks it back up. Got to come up with something. Evans is going to shoot, driving in, throwing up a floater, bounces around, no good. Rebound Tigers. Elias on it. DeLawrence giving him the work as he comes up the floor. Handoff pass to Craffy. Craffy gets a screen for Spiliakos. Works it the other way. Trying to get inside. Spins. Stops. Couldn't get the shot off. Goes it off to Willard. And Lalonja's going to work it back. This time now, three-pointer from Craffy. Bounces around, no good. Jake Willard, good rebound. Spills it right up top to Elias. Ooh, rattles around, no good. Another offensive board for the Tigers, and Lalonja's there to finish. Good rebounding from the Tigers. All around this game. Spiliakos, Lalonga, Graham, Daniel Casey, all grabbing pretty good offensive boards. Evans working it over to Delbury. Delbury trying to get something inside, swinging it over to DeLawrence. Evans guarded by Willard, 10 on the shot clock. Tigers doing a good job defensively, keeping everything out right now. Delbury inside, swing pass, DeLawrence, three-pointer, no good. Rebound's going to Craffy. Quickly now, Tigers in motion. Spiliakos underneath, Alonga, couldn't finish. Good ball movement. Tigers working around a transitioning Classical defense. Tiger Lee, swing pass, corner, Evans, three, no good. Classical hasn't been able to work anything inside. They've resorted to the three-point shots. They aren't falling here early in the second half, excuse me. Craffy. Working to Luonga inside. Good bounce pass coming from Spiliakos. We have a classical timeout. 4 to play. We're halfway through this third quarter. Tigers have controlled it since the start. No scoring for Classical. Be attributed to that tough Tiger D coming out here the second half. Really limiting Classical working anything inside. Making them take three-point shots from beyond the arc that just aren't falling right now. It's tough defense coming from Jake Willard. Soaring Alonga. And I'm sure Classical has something to say, something to change for their players. Out of the break. We got Gallo switching out for Evans on Classical side of things. No changes for the Tigers. Inside, St. Frank works the ball to DeLawrence. And a turnover for Classical. Tigers trying to work with a little bit of speed here. Elias has the ball underneath the bucket to inbound. Gets it into Craffy in the corner. Craffy trying to spin around to Lawrence. Getting around his left side, spinning up. Couldn't get a clean shot. Works it over to Elias, who's going down, trying to get the ball off as he's going down. Couldn't do it. Ends up in the hands of Classical. Delbury putting on a shot. Gets fouled. Shot doesn't fall. Foul coming on Spiliakos. And it will send Delbury to the line for 2 shots. First one good for Delbury. Jacob Locke coming into the game for Chris Elias. Second shot no good. Rebound's going to Craffy. Cole Craffy up the floor. Loses the ball. Jacob Locke with a nice save. Hands it right back to Craffy up top. Luonga liked his look. 3-point. Not going to go. Rebound is loose. Jacob Locke ends up with it. Heads it over to Willard. Willard going up with it. And it falls. Jake Willard. Good job fighting through the Classical defense to get that ball up. DeLawrence. To his left side. Screen from St. Frank. Puts the ball in the hands of Gallo. Gallo. Screen from Tyler Lee. Classical still can't work anything inside. Ball stays from beyond the arc. Delby trying to spin around and get it there. Throwing up a floater that rattles around and falls. 36-30. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter. Light press coming from Classical. Jacob Locke and Jake Willard using their best to get it up. Willard going up for the shot, gets fouled, and he's going to the line for 2 shots. That one coming on Delbury. Jake Willard misses on the first. Willard hits the second one, 7 points, the lead for the Tigers, biggest lead of the night. Gallo has the ball for Classical, working on the longer. Tigers look a little bit flustered defensively, but they work back. And Crappy's picking up Delbury now. Delbury almost losing it, trying to get in. Ball is loose, gets it back, gets Crappy to jump, puts up a shot, not going to go, and Jacob Locke coming down with the rebound. Locke trying to work with speed, has to slow down a little bit as Classical does a good job transitioning back onto defense. Crappy, mid-range 2, no good, rebound Gallo. Gallo with speed now, trying to catch the Tigers transitioning, going up, gets fouled, shot doesn't fall. And he's going to the line for 2 shots. Willard taking the call for the Tigers. Excuse me, Locke. Not a lot of fouls tonight on either side of the ball. Pretty clean basketball, but Gallo is at the line. He misses on his first one, excuse me. Daniel Casey coming in for the Tigers, taking out Jake Willard. Gallo's second one no good, but Classical comes down with the rebound. St. Frank up to DeLawrence, guarded closely by Locke, gets a screen from Duke. Now works it to Delbury. Delbury back up to DeLawrence. Jacob Locke right on him. To his right side, driving in towards the bucket, off the glass. DeLawrence going all the way through the lane. 2 points. Crafty wasn't expecting the pass. Goes right off his head, and Gallo picks it up. Throwing up the shot's good. A clumsy turnover for the Tigers. Jacob Locke was trying to inbound it. And didn't see Crafty, wasn't paying attention. We get a foul on DeLawrence with Luongo coming up the court. Locke checks out. Elias coming back in. A minute 30 to go here in the third. Elias closely guarded by DeLawrence. Bounce pass to Daniel Casey. Casey driving in. Behind the back pass to Crappy. Crappy stepping back over to Elias. Elias towards the bucket. Gets denied by Duke. And Classical has the ball going the other way. St. Frank with it in the paint. Gets stripped by Spiliakos. Quickly now the Tigers throwing the ball up, and Delby's there to bring it down. I've seen about 5 turnovers in 10 seconds. This is fast-paced, quick basketball. We finally get a stop. As there's a foul coming on Soren Malonga. Not a shooting foul. Ball will be taken at the baseline. Under a minute to go. 3 points the difference here, third quarter. Gallo gets the ball all the way up top to DeLawrence, who's picked up by Chris Elias. Bounce pass over to Delbury, into the corner. Gallo driving in, loses the ball. Casey comes up with it. Casey over to Elias with speed. At the bucket, it just doesn't get the bounce it gets. Tigers fighting for the rebound and can't come down with it. DeLawrence now, the other way. Spiliakos on him, off the glass and in. It's a 1-point game. Shot clock's turned off. Elias needs help. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Gallo. 19 on the clock. Into Crappy. Over to Daniel Casey. Picked up by St. Frank. Now Crappy, like the look, takes the 3, no good. Rebound's loose. DeLawrence picks it up. Classical with speed, up at the rim. It's good, and they grab the lead just as this quarter ends. 38-37. Tigers started that quarter on fire. They're getting everything to fall defensively. Held Classical in check. Classical, though, comes back. Not only ties it up, it takes the lead, 38-37, as this quarter ends. As Maybe a lucky time for the quarter to end. If I was Coach Oliver Villa, I would take a timeout there either way after that. But 37-38 the score here. 8 minutes to play here at Oliver Ames High School in the consolation game of the Muscato tournament. Tigers coming out with the same 5. Classical doing the same thing. Classical gets the ball to start the 4th, and we're underway with 8 minutes to go here. Bauer working on Luongo, swinging over to Delby with a spin, trying to get around Crafty, putting up the shot. It falls. Everything's falling for Classical right now. And light press by St. Frank. Spiliakos with the ball, needs help. Spins it over to Elias. Elias over to Luongo. Luongo throwing it up. Left hand gets fouled. Shot falls. Throwing Luongo. Switching hands midair. Get the shot off the glass. And could tie this game on the free throw right here. Free throw falls, and we have a tie game for Lawrence. Taking his time, trying to get things set for the Classical offense. Delbury underneath, right hand at the rim, gets fouled, and the shot falls. Foul's coming on Casey, who's going to check out of the game for Jake Willard. Free throw, no good. Tigers come down with a rebound. Cole Crafty, guarded by Gallo. Gets a screen from Spiliakos to his left side, loses his dribble, needs help. Can't find it anywhere, and it's a 5. Oh, we got a timeout. Timeout. Oliver Ames, as Crafty needed help. 19 on the shot clock, 6:54 to go here in this 4th quarter, 42-40 your score. Back and forth game in this one. Very nice basketball game. We'll see what happens as this one's coming to an end in 7 minutes. Classical's ready to go. Tigers still talking things over. St. Frank to Lawrence, Duke, Delbury, and Gallo for Classical. It's Willard, Crafty, Spiliakos, Longa, and Elias for the Tigers. Elias gets it into Spiliakos, who has to fight for it, but does come down with it. And now Elias in the corner, Crafty. Working the ball up top, there's 10 in the shot clock. Tigers get the ball over to Jake Willard. Willard driving in, trying to feed Alonga. Ball is loose, and Duke comes down with it. Duke with speed now, underneath the St. Frank. Delbury, excuse me, but Alonga with a nice block. Spiliakos goes down, he is hurt. Tigers have Didn't see what happened to Spiliakos, but he goes down. Trainer's heading over to him. Might have hit the wall hard. Walking off in his own power. Looks good, maybe just a little shaken up on the play. .6:25 to go, 2-point difference. .29 on the shot clock. The Tigers get the ball to inbound. Elias. Crafty working the ball underneath the baseline. Led by Duke. Up top, Jaden Graham checked into the game for Spiliakos. Crafty now underneath the bucket. Couldn't get it to fall. Delbury comes down with a rebound. Delbury working it over to Duke, who loses the ball. Heading out of bounds, Tigers ball. Quickly, Tigers, Jaden Graham. Ball is loose, ends up in the hands of Elias. Sets for a three-pointer, too much on it. Crafty's underneath fighting for the rebound. It's gonna get tied up. Nope, shot, no, foul on it. And Classical has the ball working the other way. Delbury underneath. .536, 40-42. Classical has the ball. Inbound is loose. Get it up to Lawrence. Working the right side on Elias. Stops, pulls up, and hits. Chris Elias, cross-court pass was dangerous. The longer with a nice play to tap it over to Willard, who has it underneath the bucket for 2 points. Jake Willard. And Soren the longer making the most out of what almost ended up a broken play. DeLawrence picked up by Elias up top. Works through the screen towards the other side of the court. DeLawrence stops with a pass up to St. Frank now. Sets up Duke driving in. Gallo. Now a shot from Delbury hits in the corner. A little 3-point shot. And a 5-point lead for Classical. Jake Willard driving in on Gallo. Pulls back out. Pass over to Crafty. Crafty spinning. Needs help. Finds it with Jaden Graham up top. Jaden Graham over to Jake Willard. Tigers resetting. Elias swinging over to Crafty. Crafty takes it. Hits it. Much needed 3 for the Tigers. Makes this a 2-point game with 4 to play. DeLawrence to his right side, now back up top to St. Frank. It's picked up by Willard. Inside pass to Duke, all the way out to DeLawrence, who gets the fake from Elias, comes inside of the separation, but can't hit on the shot. Cole Crafty working on Delbury. Left-handed pass over to Lalonga. Lalonga trying to get inside for a shot, gets blocked by St. Frank, but the ball is loose. Jaden Graham comes down with it. Jaden Graham gives it back up top to Crafty for the Tigers to reset. Crafty into the corner. Elias, 3. No good. Rebound is loose. Delbury's the one that picks it up. 3 to play. Classical slowing things down here. 1 possession game. Working it inside. A foul on Duke. Gives the Tigers a much needed turnover. Jake Willard. We get a timeout, Oliver Ames, as they were having trouble getting that ball up the court. 24 on the shot clock. Coach Oliver Ville is going to go over what to do next with his team. You're watching Oliver Ames boys basketball on ECAT, Easton Community Access Television. And we're back out of the break. Same 10 come out on the floor. Willard gets the ball into Elias. Tyler's coming out with a little bit of speed here. Graffy picked up by DeLawrence, takes the shot, short, gets his own rebound though. It's loose on the ground, he loses it, Delbury picks it up. St. Frank for Classical, driving in, underneath for DeLawrence, works it up top for Gallo. Gallo with a mid-range jumper, not going to get the bounce he needs. Rebound, Duke gets it, and puts it back up for 2 points. Graffy guarded closely by DeLawrence on this right side over here, gets the ball up top to Elias, now to Willard on the opposite side of the court. Jake Willard bounces pass over to Graffy, liked the separation, took it, didn't fall. 2 to play, 4-point game here, Classical ball, 49-45. DeLawrence, guarded by Elias, working his left side, swing pass up top to St. Frank. Inside pass, Jaden Graham got his hand on it, works the ball over to Craffy. Craffy coming up the court, working it back out. Elias to Willard. Willard faking the look, now driving inside, gets stopped, has to swing it back out to Luonga. Luonga over to Elias. Elias to Willard. Gets the screen from Luonga. Jaden Graham with the ball. Tigers taking the time here. Luonga put up the shot. He got fouled on that. But Cole Craffy is there to pick up the ball anyways and lay it underneath the 2. He makes up for what the refs aren't calling. It's about the 3rd missed call from the refs tonight down here. I've tried to keep my mouth shut about it. Delbury. Delbury steps back, throwing up a right-handed shot. At least you're not calling him down there either. That might have been a foul on Graham. Cole Craffy coming up the lane, put up the shot, not going to go. Jaden Graham couldn't come down with the rebound. It's loose. We have under a minute to play. It's a 2-point game. Tigers in transition. DeLawrence puts it up, 4 points. Tigers need to move with speed here. Elias to Craffy, taking the 3. Hits the 3. It's a 1-point game. Timeout. 41 seconds to play, 50-51. We got a close one in this one. We're in for a good finish. We're back under the break. Tigers coming out with Soren Alonga, Jake Willard, Ari Spiliakos back out there with Cole Crafty, Chris Elias. Duke gets the ball. Gallo gets the ball to inbound for Classical. Pressed by the Tigers. It's a foul that's called. Tigers aggressive defense here, trying to get a turnover. Gallo gets it into DeLawrence. DeLawrence gets trapped. Another foul. That ball got tied up. They're going to call a foul on Alonga for holding the basketball. And another chance for Classical here. Only a 0.6 of a second separating the shot and game clock. Into DeLawrence now, almost loses it, works it back to Duke. He's got a lot of room to get it up the court. Gallo swinging around. Gonna try to work this clock out as much as they can. Gallo back to his right side. Getting fouled by Spiliakos, who's trying to foul him there. And Classical just has entered the bonus here to shoot 1-and-1s. 20 seconds on the clock, 1 point game, 50-51. Gallo at the line. Shot's no good, rebound is up, fighting for it. It's going all Ames' way, 18 seconds. Classical brings their defense back. Timeout, Classical. 18 on the clock. 50-51. Tiger basketball. Maybe get one little possession here. See what Coach Oliverville draws up. Out of the break, these teams ready for the final 18 seconds of this one. Ball is into Azius. Hands it right back to Elias to bring it up. Elias over to Crafty. Picked up by Gallo. Ball's loose, gets tipped out by Gallo. There's 9 on the clock. Tigers retain possession. Azius into Elias. 7 to shoot. Over to Crafty. Crafty driving underneath. Gets fouled by Delby, and Crafty's going to the line. A chance to tie, maybe even take the lead. This one, there's 3 seconds on the shot clock. Classical can't believe the call. Delby's upset. Classical's very upset about that one. And we got another timeout. 3 seconds on the clock. 50-51. When we come back, Cole Crafty's heading to the line to see how he can affect this one right here. We got a good one. We're back, and Cole Crafty is heading to the free throw line to see what he can do in this one here. Crafty ready for the shot. Puts it up. No good. Willard's coming to the game. Tigers going with a jumbo set, trying to get the rebound. And another timeout. Cole Crafty has one free throw to tie this game. And there's 3 seconds on the clock. Heading to another break. We'll be back. Both teams coming out. We're sending Cole Crafty back to the free throw line. And what is the biggest free throw of the game? Tigers got a long one. Willard underneath to rebound. Shot misses. Crafty makes it. We got a tie game. 51 all. 3 seconds to play. Quickly into Dolores. Throwing up the shot. No good. We're heading into overtime. 51-51. At the end of regulation, I believe we have an overtime period. 4 minutes, a 4-minute quarter. As this has been a good one all the way through. These teams perfectly matched and tied at the end of regulation. Back for overtime. A short break. So we're ready for overtime. We're going to jump ball to start it. Looks like it's going to be St. Frank versus Soranalonga. Out there on the floor, Spiliakos, Crafty, Elias Alonga, and Willard for the Tigers as Classical wins the tip. And we're underway in our 5th quarter of basketball. DeLawrence, bounce pass over to Delbreeze, picked up by Spiliakos. Takes the drive inside, now swings it up top. Back to DeLawrence. DeLawrence drives to his left side, passes to Delbreeze, passes it right back. Tells him to reset the other way. Driving in now, swings into the corner. We're going to have a charge coming on. DeLawrence, and a turnover. Gets the ball back in the hands of the Tigers. Elias and the Tigers bring it up the court. Over to Willard. To his left now up top, Elias. Tigers trying to get an inside look. Cole Crafty guarded by Gallo. Swinging it back out to Elias, who gets fouled by DeLawrence on what was almost a terrific defensive play to steal the basketball. And it's going to send Elias to the line for one of ones. Both teams in the bonus here in overtime. Elias connects on the first one, he's going to get a chance for another shot here. Second shot rattles around, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Alonga, but he loses it, and Duke sends it over to DeLawrence for Classico to bring the ball up the court. DeLawrence picked up by Elias to his left side, screen from St. Frank, and then passes the ball to Delbury. Now to Duke, driving inside, corner. DeLawrence had a little bit of separation but didn't take the shot. Alonga picks him up. Bounce pass to Duke inside, trying to work the body on Spiliakos, throwing up a shot, nothing on it. St. Frank comes down with the rebound. He's putting up a shot. He gets fouled. Going to the line for 2 points. Fouls coming on, 2 shots, excuse me. Fouls coming on Chris Elias. St. Frank at the line is good. Tied up at 52, 2:37 to play. That one falls, and Classico takes the lead here in overtime. Cole Clappy, with speed, picked up by DeLawrence, spinning around, trying to get some room. Can't. Has to bounce pass it over to Elias. Elias to Willard. Willard just gets that ball out of the hands of Delbury, who is coming in. Tigers working the ball along the outside with feed to Crafty inside. Now back out. Willard had a little bit of room. Didn't like it. Drove in. 10 in the shot clock. Tigers got to do something. Willard. Back up top. Elias. 5 to shoot. Elias on the ground. Travel. I'm going to say he fell on the ball. Not calling anything on him. Couldn't go the reason why he went down to the ground. But once he was there, they said he traveled. 2:04 to go. 1 point the difference. Gallo gets a screen from St. Frank. Now a pass over to DeLawrence. Hesitates, now moves to his right side with a pass to Delbury. Delbury in, spinning around Willard. He's going to get fouled. I think it's coming on Lalonga. It's going to send Delbury to the line for 2 shots. Misses on the first. Connects on the second, 2-point game, 54-52. A minute 40 to go. Tigers get the ball over to Willard. Picked up by Duke, gets a screen from Lalonga. Ball gets tipped by St. Frank out of bounds. Tigers retain possession, 25 to shoot. Into Elias. Picked up by Gallo. Trying to feed the ball to Crafty. Gets saved by St. Frank, now tipped out by Crafty. A minute 23 on the clock. Classical ball with a 2-point lead. Press coming from the Tigers. They get it into Gallo. Has speed, loses the ball, but gets picked up by DeLawrence. Picked up by Crafty. To his left side, DeLawrence trying to get something. Hands the ball back to Delbury. Delbury. 10 on the clock. Working on Willard. Drives in, loses the ball. Picked up and stolen by Cole Crafty. Cole Crafty coming the other way now. Trying to get around Lawrence. Loose ball. Gets it himself. Almost gets trapped on the sideline. And we got an Oliver Ames timeout as they want to talk things over. 45 seconds to go. 2 points. The difference, 54-52, as we take a timeout.
Just a reminder, at the end of the game, we'll be announcing each team's representative, the all-tournament team, and the championship team will follow. So we ask everyone to please stay off the floor at the end of the game. Thank you.
Out of the break, Delbury to Lawrence, Duke, Gallo, and St. Frank for Classical. For the Tigers, it's Elias, Willard, Crafty, Olonga, and Spiliakos. .45 to play as the Tigers inbound the ball. Chris Elias working up this right side. Pass over to Crafty, dangerous one, almost gets picked off, but finds its way there. 15 on the shot clock, Tigers got to do something. Handing it off to Elias. He works the other way. Now to Willard, 10 to shoot, up to Elias. Crafty has the ball. Luonga has to shoot it, puts it up and the hits. 18 to play, Tigers have a lead. 55-54, the Lawrence. Picked up by Elias. They're playing for this last shot. Now inside to Delbury. Delbury going in. Ball gets stuck and it's a jump ball. Spiliakos stealing the ball away from Delbury. It gets tied up. I don't know which way it's going. It's going Tiger way. Spiliakos soaring along and a hit in the corner on a contested corner three. Taking the lead. Now Ari Spiliakos with a great defensive play. Grabbing the ball. In Willard, Elias, 2 on the clock, Tigers getting fouled. And Elias going to the line. For 2 shots. Incredible play by Soren Luonga. Hitting that corner three. Tigers defense coming away with a steal of a jump ball, and with 55-54 lead, 2 to play, and Chris Elias is out of line. Stretch this lead out. 2, maybe 3. Oh, we're taking 1-on-1s. We have a timeout anyway. Tigers take a timeout. 2 seconds to go. 55-54. We're in overtime. Great basketball game today here at the Nixon Gymnasium at Oliver Ames High School. We'll be right back. Out of the break, Elias going to the line, seeing if he could stretch this lead to 2, maybe 3. Chris Elias misses the free throw. Rebound goes to Jake Wade and time expires. That's how this game ends. An exciting one tonight here at Oliver Ames High School. 55-54, the finish in overtime as Soren Luonga comes back with the dagger here in the corner to end it. It's a hard-fought game. Both teams giving their best, but at the end of the day, Oliver Ames comes away with a win. So that's all here. Thank you for joining me. I've been Jack Ryan for Easton Community Access Television, and thank you for watching.
Congratulations to both teams on a well-played game. At this time, we announce each team's representative for our all-tournament team. First, from Classical High School, number 10, Joshawn DeLawrence. And from Oliver Ames High School, number 3, Cole Craffey. Once again, congratulations to both teams, and the championship game will begin in approximately 15 minutes. Please stay off before, though. The championship game teams will be coming out to warm up. Please stay off before.
Oliver Ames High School Sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton and Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.